Everything has a price.
Okay, so yeah, we're travelling around together, and one thing that's become very clear, we've known each other for a long time, is we've all been involved in writing protest songs. And people sometimes come up and go, yeah, that's great what you did for this, and what you did for Rock Against Racism, and what you did, but actually what we were doing was just following our hearts, right? So this man here, very brave in what he did, and stood up and said some things in the time, which are quite frightening when you think back. But another, I'm going to get right in early with you guys. Another guy that was very, very brave, a guy called Menzies. We knew him for a long, long time ago, and some of the stuff he did, and I remember releasing Guns for the Afghan Rebels, you know, I was like, wow, that's like, same as Suspect Advice, it was like, wow, these guys are brave, man, you know what I mean? So, this is for Menzies, but this is it's a protest song, it's called Music Must Destroy. So, it started right here, but quick story, I won't tell the whole one. I woke up with that lyric, and then there was one line in it, you know, lethal business controls America. Ooh, very angry. But I thought, well, if I sing that, I'm going to sound like a twat. So we got a call, we got in contact with Henry Rollins, and so this is about some tough guys. One of them's Henry Rollins, none of them are me. One of them's him, and one of them's Menzies. It's called Music Must Destroy.
Little Fingers were signed to a record label called Chrysalis Records. And at the back of the company offices was a pub that all the bands used to hang out in. And we were pretty friendly with a lot of the bands on the labels, particularly bands who signed around the same time as ourselves. This one particular Friday evening, I was in the pub, and there were a bunch of lads from the Specials there, and a couple of boys from Spandau Ballet, and some of the guys from the record label were there as well. And we were just all standing around drinking and talking crap, like you do. And anyway, as the evening starts to wear on, people start drifting off to go do, you know, what they're going to do for the rest of the night or the weekend or whatever. And it gets to about 8:30 or so in the evening, and the only two people from our company left were myself and Gary Kemp from Spandau Ballet. And at the time, you don't remember Spandau were fucking huge. They were really, really big at the time. I'm fairly sure, in fact, you know, I'm telling this story, that they were actually number one at the time that this happened. So I was kind of surprised when Gary basically said to me, he said, "So what are you up to for the rest of the evening?" I said, "Well, you know, I'm busy meeting my girlfriend for a couple of beers, and that's kind of it, really." And he said, "Oh, do you mind if I tag along?" I'm like, "You're fucking number one in the charts, mate." You know, it's like, it's a Friday night in London, you're number one, what the hell do you want to come down to the pub with me and my missus for? Okay, fair enough. And then it occurred to me that we were also meeting Tara's flatmate, a lassie called Nancy, who was the world's biggest Spandau Ballet fangirl. And I thought, oh fuck. I better phone ahead and warn them that Gary's going to come with me. So the days before mobile phones, so I had to go and find the payphone in the boozer. And I went and found it, and I called. And I said, "Yeah, look, I'm going to be in the pub. Me in the pub, same time as I said I would be, but can you warn Nancy, for fuck's sake, I'm going to bring Gary from Spandau Ballet with me, so for fuck's sake, don't let her, you know, fangirl all over him." And I was like, no, she'll be fine, she'll be okay. And okay, so we jump in a taxi and we head down to this pub, and we're, it's just two of us standing at the bar, because of course the girls aren't there, because of course Nancy's getting dolled up to the fucking nines and whatever. So the two of us are standing at the bar, and I can see this guy glaring across the pub at us. And I'm thinking, oh, great, because, I mean, let's be honest, Spandau were never actually a lads band. And I just had visions of this guy coming over and sort of setting about Gary, going, you know, my wife thinks you're gorgeous and I think you're a twat. It's all going horribly wrong. And sure enough, your boy comes right across the boozer to us. But he makes for me. And I'm like, okay. And he comes up to me and he goes, "Here, you're that Jake Burns, aren't you?" Yeah, I am, yeah. And he pulls out a beer mat that he's torn all the advertising off of, and he goes, "Here, Jake, sign that for us, will you?" Yeah, sure. So I'm like, "What's your name?" So it's Dave. Okay, to Dave, all the best. While I'm signing it, out of the corner of my eye, I can see Gary taking a pen out of his inside pocket. Fair enough, the man's number one, you know. So I said to this guy, I said, "Oh, do you want me mate to sign it as well?" So the bloke looks Gary up and down, and then he turns to me and he goes, "Who's he then?" I said, it's Gary Kemp from Spandau Ballet. So the kid looks him up and down again, and then turns to me one more time and he goes, "Nah, fuck off, Jake, you wouldn't hang about for a wanker like that, would you?" Now, to Gary's eternal credit, he just put the pen back in his pocket and said nothing. All of which goes to show you're going to be number one on the charts, strictly nobody's hero.
Nobody
I'll tell you, we're going to do a song called Radio Radio. You bought it, I know. And thank you very much. And, I'll take you back to the golden days of Radio 1. It's a really safe place to be. And got this green room up the top where they take people. And it's not
The bar, you mean? The BBC bar?
Yes, the BBC bar, thank you, David. And I was up there. We had a song called Westworld, which is not something we do right now, but there's a song called Westworld, and it's doing all right. It did pretty well for itself. And I found myself in between two Radio 1 DJs. One was, it's gone out of my head again. It was Bruno Brooks. The other one, no, it wasn't him.
Or him.
With the other bloke taking them on holidays in Thailand. No, it wasn't like that. And Bruno Brooks turned around to me and he said, yeah, it's a really good song, that Westworld. And it's like really hating me. Like he really hated me for it being a good song or whatever, or anything. And he said, do you know what? We're not going to play it on Radio 1. I said, okay, mate, all right, okay. And I said, so why is that then? Just out of curiosity, I had two Radio 1 DJs on either side. And he said, because it's too political. That's slightly unfair. So I said, so tell me, what part of the BBC isn't political? Say goodbye to your career, KB. And that really didn't go down very well. So I just sat there like a muppet and then I walked off. Then I went home. And that's the end of that story.
You went away and wrote a radio song?
Actually, yeah, years later I wrote a song for radio with it's got radio in it, and then in the verses I proceed to pillory the establishment and the radio. Again, that didn't work. We're going to play that now.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Sounds like a hit. Sounds like a hit to me. Anyway, by the time we were writing this one, there was just absolutely no hope of getting played on the radio anyway. So, I've got to pass you over to Dave Ruffy though. God knows what he's going to say.
You probably find that as evening goes on. A lot of the stories are quite dark, involving murder and horrible kind of dark things. But I've got a bit of a positive slant before we go down that dark alley. I'm in the North East. I don't get up here very often. I'm actually born. You wouldn't know by my accent, but I'm born in Yorkshire, which is still in the north, as you know. But over the years, I've been very fortunate. I've not only just been working in the ruts with him, but when we split up after Malcolm died, I did a lot of other things. And I've worked with some lovely people from the North East, the Macaloons in Prefab Sprout, and Martin Stevenson, another. I just wanted to say that everyone in the North, I'm not going to go divide it all, but everyone I've ever met in the North East has shown me nothing but kindness and gracefulness, and I've had a lovely time. We'll take a little dive to the left. So this next song is called Kill the Pain, and it's from the Music Must Destroy. He's heard it. He's the one who brought it. So this is called Kill the Pain, and it's off the Music Must Destroy album. And so we do talk about people we've worked with, and I've been lucky to work with, as I said, some lovely people from around here, and some people from Scotland and Ireland. I worked with Sinead O'Connor for a while. I worked with Kirsty, and they both brilliant people. Sinead especially, I mean, what a great artist. Rest in peace, and she's gone now, as is Kirsty. But, I was lucky. I got invited to Sinead's funeral last year, so I managed to meet the family on it, which was very closing for me. I know it sounds a bit shit to say that, but it was very important. I went to say my goodbyes. But both the people in their time did suffer from the old black dog impression thing, especially Sinead. She was there. So I'm very pleased to report, just a look on that, because she died under slightly mysterious circumstances. And everyone just thought that she topped herself. Well, the coroner's report says that officially she died of, and she did die of natural causes. I think that I and all her family and everyone who knew her thinks she sort of died of a broken heart, really. But she was really the truest copy punk rock I've ever seen. So this one's called Kill the Pain, and it's about our dear departed friends. It was something like this.
1, 2, 3.
Burning white light, neon red and white. gig on the tour actually, but what a privilege to have these guys singing on that record. It's beautiful.
Beautiful, that's beautiful. I love you all. Okay.
Attempt to multitask here and I'm tune this up while talking. So so Dave mentioned Sinead there, and I never actually got to work with Sinead, although I did know her pretty well. I mean, Ali, our bass player, worked with her quite a bit in her early days and stuff. And actually, some time ago, a friend sent me a link to an interview that she did with a Canadian newspaper. I think it was the Toronto Star. And in it, she'd literally just released an album at the time, and it was quite an introspective, quiet, folky, pretty record. The guy who was interviewing her basically said, oh, it's a beautiful record, Sinead, but the punk rocker in me kind of misses angry, Sinead. Do you think you'll ever make a full-on rock record again? And I'm sitting reading this, And Sinead's reply is, well, yes, actually. She said, I'm actually going to make the next album with Jake Burns. And I'm thinking, it's fucking news to me, love. But unfortunately, we only got as far as swapping phone numbers. We never actually got to get into the studio together, which would have been great, but didn't happen. So, I'll play this next song for Sinead as well, because as Dave said, she was quite a troubled soul. I basically wrote this next song because I also suffer from depression. From now and again, and it sort of throws you off, and I know a lot of guys suffer from it as well. And I wrote the song just to sort of remind myself that there was light at the end of the tunnel. And I didn't want the band to record it at all, and to show you what a good guy Ali McMorty is. At the time, I was living in Chicago, and Ali was living in New York, and he actually got on a plane and flew into Chicago and basically dragged me up the pub and sat me down and said, we're recording that fucking song. And I said, oh man, who's going to want to listen to a fucking 50-year-old man bang on about being depressed? And he said, basically every other 50-year-old fucking man on the planet, mate. So thanks to having recorded the song. Now, I'm really glad we did record it, because a lot of people have said it's helped. And if you are, I say this every time we play this song, if you are one of the men in the audience, and it's always men, women seem to be more in touch with their feelings, they talk about this stuff, and that's the key to it. If you're a man who suffers from depression or any sort of mental anxiety at all, please talk to somebody. And it doesn't have to be a doctor, just talk to your friend, talk to your girlfriend, your wife, your boyfriend, talk to someone. This is a song called Michael Expression.
Takes away your love life, puts out your fire and leaves you in the ashes. You lay there in hope, what you love now leaves you cold. It's hard to get the strength to face the morning. Some days you really feel like hiding. Some days you swear you'll never go out anymore. I'm not going back. I'm not going back to my dark places. And the days drag slowly by. All you want to do is cry. 'Cause nothing makes sense, nothing has a reason. The world is not the same, and you're the one to blame. Before too long you feel just like a prisoner. Some days you really feel like screaming. Some days you swear you'll never smile anymore. I'm not going back. I'm not going back to my dark places. It's something they can't see, yet it seems so real to me. see, or even for 1 minute maybe. Well, I got there in the end, with the help of many friends, some who help I simply just believe. And the days look brighter now, and I know someday, somehow, I could end up back there in an instant. Some days I really feel like laughing. Some days I realize I must stay on my guard. And I'm not going back. I'm not going back to my dark places. Oh, I'm not going back. I'm not going back to my dark places.
I was born in Westminster, in Horseferry Road, and it's 1 stone's throw from the Thames. You throw a stone, like go in the Thames, or hit an American tourist or his son in the face. One of them. Not that you'd be that unkind to do that. Okay, I was fascinated by the river when I was a boy, and growing up on both sides of the river, Westminster and the Elephant, the river was always there. And I remember one day my dad took me up to the bridge, and I can't remember, Lambeth or Albert, one of them. He sat me up on the stone and he said, "See that down there, son? If you go in there, they'll take you down, they'll hold you, and you won't come up. And if you do, you'll be dead." I will point out I was about 6. So, as a 6-year-old, I said, "All right, thanks, Dad. Thanks, that's really great. Thanks." And then he recounted a story of one of his relatives. He'd seen this bloke up on the bridge. He'd had enough. In he goes. It's all over now. Dad's relative couldn't stand to see the man go in and drown, so he dove in, went to save the bloke. What normally happens in these situations, sorry, I'm saying all my speech, in these situations is the bloke that's gone in now has decided he wants to live. It's very cold, it's very nasty, and you probably will die anyway. But he's decided he wants to live, which makes a problem for the bloke trying to save you. The bloke trying to save you is like trying to get round the back and somehow pacify you and bring you to the side, and hopefully the river police will come and get you. So what actually happens then is a fist fight ensues. So there's 2 blokes going at it in the water, and what happened in this case was Dad's relative went to the bottom and didn't come up, not for a very long time. But the upside of it all was the bloke that tried to kill himself went on to live a very happy life. He had 5 children and was financially secure for the rest of his life. So there was a plus.
Did he end up working in Parliament?
I think his name is Rees Mogg.
Yeah, that's...
Fuck the Tories!
He should be drowned in the sand.
And the end line to all this was, Dad turned around to me and said, "Listen, son, be careful about who you save." And I always paint Dad as really sinister. Well, he was, I don't know what I'm going on about this. He was to a degree, killed a load of people, but, you know, hey, just a job.
He was a soldier, you know, he was a special forces. He did just go around killing people around.
But he was a very nice man, and he only ever hit me once. And I deserved it. As my mum said, "Son, Don't hurt your father, not more than he hurt you. Cheer up! Cheer up, we're going to play a really nice song about this, about the river. So lean back in your chairs, imagine that nice cold water swimming around you. Close your eyes and listen. It's going to be a rural experience. He had a bit of bad luck. He fell out of an aeroplane. He had a bit of bad luck. He put his head out of a moving train. He had a bit of bad luck. He's not coming back to explain. Man down, man down. Will he find or will he drown? Man on a bridge with nothing or less. Have you one last request? He said he needed fresh air. Went for a walk, why would anyone care? Beneath the pale moonlight, looking for a friend. Take her to his journey's end. Standing on Albert Bridge, waiting for his phone to ring. Man down, man down, will he find or will he drown? Man on a bridge with nothing or less. Have you one last request? Man on a bridge with nothing or less. Have you one last request? Thank you. This is gentlemen.
This next one's like therapy compared to those last ones. So I went to the doctor and I said, I'm feeling a bit down. He said, well, if you're in a rut, you've got to There's more of a story to that. It's, you know, I mean, I do understand these songs because when you get to 30, like me, and like some of you people in the audience, you start to be a bit introspective. And this is 45 years since this record came out. And it came out on a label called People Unite, which is a reggae label by Misty and Roots. And years later, we're very proud of that, by the way. Years and years later, I think we came back, we did one gig in Birmingham, and I looked up into this guy turned up. He's a massive guy, and he was a mixed race guy. Remember that, Dave? And he
Do very well.
He said, I had to come down. He said, I'm from Sunderland. This is true. I'm from Sunderland. And he said, when I was growing up, I was going to kill myself because life was so tough up here. And, you know, as a mixed race boy, it was really, really difficult. He was getting so much grief. And he said, then I saw this record called In the Rut on the People Unite label. It was a black label. And he said, I realised that there was life at the end of the tunnel, as you say. And he was standing there with his son. And I just wanted to say that, you know, sometimes everything we do The odd person comes up and you think, you know what, the last 45 years was worth it. You know what I mean? So this is for him, and this is for Sunderland Village, it's called Interim.
story has absolutely fuck all to do with this. Yeah, really. But it's a story that always makes me smile, so I'm going to tell it. Hopefully it will make you smile as well. This goes back to probably like 1980 or so. At the time we had a drummer by the name of Jim Riley. Yes, always gets a cheer from people who never worked with him. That's actually not fair, I really like Jim. Well, obviously some of you know him, and, or know of him anyway. And Jim was not, I keep saying was like he's dead. He's not dead, he's still with us. But Jim is not the tallest of men, not the biggest of guys. He's about yay size. And, but he was chaotic. I mean, he was basically fucking chaos on legs. And I think he basically just read too many books about The Who, so he thought that was how you behaved if you were in a rock band, you know. So like I said, this is about 1980, so it's certainly about the time of the Nobody's Heroes record. And the record label sent us on these interminable tours of Europe. We were out there for about 6-7 weeks at a time. And this particular evening, we were somewhere in Sweden, I think. It was somewhere that involved a long drive after the show. So like you'd finish the show, usually around midnight or something, then drive for like 2.5 hours to get to a hotel in the middle of nowhere, and then to get up the next morning and drive another 2.5-3 hours to get to where you were playing the following night. And invariably these long drives involved a lot of drinking. As a consequence of which, we were fucking hammered by the time we turned up at the hotel in the middle of the night. And Jim decided he wasn't ready for the party to finish, so we were all going to Jim's room and we were going to keep drinking, and nothing would dissuade him from this. So we, okay, great. So we brought all the booze in from the bus and we went into Jim's room. And he also decides that this is way too tame, we're not having enough fun. So he's seen footage of Keith Richards chucking a TV out a window or something, so he's going to throw his TV out the window. Which we think is a fucking great idea because it's not our TV. So, knock yourself out, Jim. And as I said, you know, Jim isn't the biggest guy. And this was in the days, I mean, TVs weren't like they are now, you know, there used to be Slim Jims. This was a fucking TV, this thing, it was fucking huge. Half the size of Jim. So he picks it up and he's stumbling across the room with it. And like I said, we were all giggling like fucking smash men. Bad thing. This is hilarious. And he gets to the window and he's going to push this TV up against the wall and wedge it there when he prizes the window open. And he leans it on the window ledge and he's like, all right lads, 1, 2, 3, 4, and he throws it out the window and it goes, because we were on the ground floor. It's fucking thing, you can see it sticking up from the window. It's lying in the flower bed outside his bedroom window. So we're all like, very good, Keith, move away from the fucking TV and bring it back in. Like I said, nothing at all to do with the story, but the song always makes me laugh. Just because the look on his face was fucking priceless. Anyway, this next song came about some years after that when Stiffle Fingers went through a period of musical differences. In other words, we couldn't stand to fucking sing with each other, so we split up for a few years. And I had a band in the interim called The Big Wheel. This is a Big Wheel song. And again, you know, Dave was talking about the wonderful people that we've actually both worked with in this case. And this song featured the wonderful Kirsty McCall. Even when we were, you know, I'd written it and I thought I want a female voice on this, and I wanted Kirsty to do it. And we were friends at that point. To the point that she had ill-advisedly given me her phone number, so I kept leaving messages on her answer phone, and I think she'd come to her senses and was ducking me at that point, because she never got back to me. But unfortunately for her, I ran into her at a Madness gig the week we were going into the studio, so I talked her into coming and basically saving the record for us. And at the time, she was managed by this guy from Dublin, a guy called Frank Murray. And Frank had been in the music business for years. He used to look after Thin Lizzy when they first started, and in later years he managed the Pogues and stuff. So he was a proper rock and roll manager. And the minute I asked Kirsty to come and play on it, suddenly Frank appeared between the two of us, and he's like, "No, we're going to have to talk about the money." And I'm like, "There is no fucking money, you know." Luckily, Kirsty sort of just pushed him out of the way and went, "Oh, fuck off, Frank. He's a mate. I'm going to do it for nothing." And I couldn't let her do that. So I bought her a couple of vodka and grapefruit juices, and that seemed to work. So I got the wonderful Kirsty McCall for the price of a couple of drinks, which is fantastic. This is a song called She Grew Up.
that she likes, and she still loves to dance. And she said, I guess I grew up. You know how it goes. Oh yes, I grew up, but I didn't grow old. She said that she was just what she wanted to be, but she would never forget the way the music set her free, the way it set her free.
This is going to be a story that's got nothing to do with the song. This is Happy Days in the Brandon family. And thank you. What's that?
The Brandon family.
So, Dad has decided to take us all to the cinema. So we all get ready. Me, my sister is about 3 years younger than me. I mean, we were teenagers or something. I think I was a late teenager. And Mum, obviously. Mum, Dad, myself, my sister. And he went to the cinema, drove there, got to the cinema, went in, got some ice creams, popcorn, settled down for the main feature, which was a great family film by the name of The Exorcist. And as the film proceeded, you know, Mum was very religious, so she was. Dad was from London, which means you don't believe in anything. And my sister was only a little kid. I mean, why we were knitting, I don't know. And I just remember her face, you know, a little tub of ice cream, a little wooden stick, and her eyes were like this. And you know, when we got to the bit, your mother sucks cocks in hell. And I think at this point, Dad probably was reconsidering. Maybe I should have taken him to see Mary Poppins. But I've got to face this one out, haven't I, really? So he's just sat there, sort of immobile. And Mum was carrying on doing all this, you know. My sister's my sister was virtually a psychiatric unit after that. And I thought it was quite funny. But then I would. And that's got nothing to do with this next song, which is called Never Take Me to See The Exorcist.
By Dick Van Dyke.
Dick Van Dyke, yeah.
Blimey, baby.
Mock the accent there, so it's great.
Blimey, Kurt Green.
Oh, seriously,
You'll never become a cockney, nor will I ever.
Can we concentrate now? Can we go on with it? On the count this one in. It's a really serious song, actually. I'll introduce you to that. It's called Never Take Me Alive. It's one of my favourites. It's a great one. It's a great one.
You don't wanna know, baby, I do. But anyway, I love you so. They'll never take me alive. They'll never take me alive. They'll never take me alive. They'll never take me alive.
I'm going to get a change.
Anyway, this next song is probably the finest moment of Mr. Malcolm Owen, original singer of the Ruts, and Mr. Paul Fox, the original guitarist of the Ruts. Both geniuses, really. And they came up with this one called Still in the Rude Boys. The story goes that we were playing in Nashville, and it was pitch battles back in those days, you know, it was pretty heavy, even down with us, you know, it's pussy south. But it was tough at Nashville, and for various reasons, because we were a little bit left wing, you know, the skinheads decided to come down. They threatened to come and smash the gig up. So I don't know whether you know, especially the blokes among you, you know, you go to the cinema when you're a kid, you come out and everything, you know, you watch a swashbuckler, they come out, yeah, and then you grow up and someone punches you in the face and you realise that actually you're not as tough as you'd like to think you were. But this is like a dream come true because they said they're going to come and smash it up, and this guy called Robin McAlpine said, don't worry, I've got 4 guys. And I said, what? He goes, yeah, they all know Kung Fu. Get into the audience, which is true. Came along, so we're playing a little bit overconfident perhaps, but we were young, man, and so were the Skinnies, to be fair. But I would salute, some stand there, salute in the air, they were saluting the air, and you know, this guy, so I didn't quite know what to do, so I put on my best bravado, stood there like legs, like you had to in those days, and I just spat. And as I spat, it hit this skinhead right in the face. And his face changed. And again, men and women, I don't know if you've ever been to the point where you know this guy's going to rip you limb to limb. So he starts coming towards me, and I thought, I don't know what I'm going to do. He's going to get on the stage, he's just going to punch me. Bang! He goes down. And like someone did a someone took a kung fu kick, came out of the crowd, bang, it goes down. And then it all kicks him, and it looks over here, boom, it goes down. It's like a Bruce Lee fucking movie. Next minute, all the Skinners all running out the door of Nashville. And it was like...
Jake was at that gig, I believe. Yeah. Wisely sitting in the bar.
I was in the audience not aware that fucking Bruce Lee was coming to the rescue. Stand at the bar with my girlfriend, sort of trying not to spill me paint, and all these lunatics are kicking seven off the shite at each other.
That's what I call a coward's dream. Anyway, we're going to do a really slow, menacing version of it. Go ahead.
Crowd, it's dark and the music gets loud. Trouble runs through
when every band starts out, once you get sort of halfway decent, you start thinking about maybe you could get a record contract. And it was a bit harder for us being in Belfast because there was not just the Irish Sea in the way, there was that local unpleasantness going on at the time as well. And so, basically it wasn't a great place for A&R guys to go on an expense budget. They'd much rather go up the West End in London or heaven forbid you'd come as far north as Manchester, so they certainly weren't going to go to fucking Belfast, that's for sure. So we decided, well, if they're not going to, if the mountain's not going to come to Mohammed will have to go to the fucking mountain. So we had to make a demo tape and send it to as many record labels as we could think of. Our manager at the time basically, he did some groundwork and found out how much this was going to cost to make the demo tape. And he basically came back to us and said, look lads, it's going to cost as much to actually make up like 500 records and press them as it is to go in and just make this demo tape. With a bit of luck, we can sell these records and he might get some of his fucking money back. At the time, so it didn't seem terribly likely. And we went, that'd be great, so can we actually do that? And he went, yeah, sure. So, yeah, we went into this local jingle studio, the local radio station had a jingle studio. We went in and we recorded, actually we were supposed to record the whole thing in an afternoon, but I lost my voice. So we did the backing track this particular afternoon, and then went back middle of the week and did the vocal. And then we pressed these things up and we're like, sitting looking at 500 records, which doesn't sound like much, but it's a fucking hell of a lot when you're sitting staring at 500 of them. So we thought, okay, we've got to shift these. So we sent one to John Peel, God bless him, and he played it to death, which was great. But as I said, the most important thing, as far as we were concerned, was to try and get a record contract. So we had these demo tapes, the little cassettes. We said we're going to send them to every record label we could think of. But we were smart enough to realise that, look, record labels must get hundreds of these a week. How do we stand out from the crowd a bit? And somebody came up with the brilliant idea of, look, it's called Suspect Device. Why don't we make it look like a cassette bomb? Not a great career move, it has to be said. We kind of underestimated the effect that a padded envelope with a Belfast postmark and a thing that looked like a cassette bomb inside it was going to have in 70s London. And so every one of these record labels basically told us to fuck off. Apart from one, and this was our manager Gordon swears this is true, and I really, really hope it's true because it's fantastic. He said he was used to just getting rejection letters through the mail. He said, anyway, one day the phone rings and there's this terribly plummy voice on the other end of the line. Good afternoon. I said, can I speak to somebody connected with Stiffle Fingers, please? And Gordon said, yes, I have something to do with them. I said, oh yes, this is, and I can't remember what record label it is, but for the sake of it, we'll say Chrysalis, because God bless them, they did sign us in the end. He said, this is Chrysalis Records in London. And Gordon's on the end of the phone going, thank you, God, finally somebody's fucking bit. And he said, oh yes, suddenly becomes very businesslike. And I said, yes, that's Difficult Fingers take. Could you send us another one, please? We seem to have thrown that one in a bucket of water. Now, I've been in a million fucking record company offices since then, and I've never seen a bucket of water just sitting around the place. But I really hope against hope that it was true. Anyway, Suspect Device.
Power.
younger than everybody will be up there, leaping around. And so, if I can do a small hypnotic spell, you can imagine it. We go off there, we're looking the other way. And then suddenly we hear a little we're back in the room. Thank you very much. Listen, this is the last show of this whole tour. I want to thank you all very much for coming out. It's so lovely here. I want to say thanks to a few people. I want to say thanks to Joe for looking after
Joe, come on, Joe.
Joe, he's a local man.
Guess where Joe's from?
He's from Sunderland.
From here.
He's from Sunderland. And I want to thank Doug for driving us safely all around the country and Ireland. I want to thank Liam for looking after us and merch and buying us lunch every day. And I thank you all for coming out. And one other thing, I just want to say what a privilege it's been to work with these fine gentlemen. I work with Sex quite a lot, but working with these, it's been a really lovely thing to do. I'm glad we can share it with you.
Any more songs, Kurt?
More stories?
I've got a few. I feel, okay, this is the last night, and hopefully this is the last time I'll ever tell this story. If anyone's heard this before, well, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm obligated to tell it, so I will tell it. Oh, thank you. So, I feel like Tommy Cooper or something. So, speared to the toilet a while ago, ended up playing the Crescent, which is in York, lovely venue, nice people, treat us like human beings, thank you very much. And show's over, word comes back, there's people down there, they want you to come out and sign some records and whatever, you know. Yeah, sure. So off I trot downstairs and sign people's stuff. More and more people are fading out, going out the door. And I noticed this guy and these two women, two ladies standing over there, and the bloke's looking at me, and I'll mimic what he did. I'm sure you'll get what he did. He just went. It's pretty simple what that was. I just went. And then anyway, more people go out. There's basically nobody left apart from these people. So I thought I'll go and be friendly. Come on, KB, go and be nice. And I put a nice KB face on. And sorry. I went over and spoke to them. And the man says, I've been following you since 1982. And I said, well, stop it. It is Johnny Cooper. So I said, so stop. And he goes, I've been following your whole career, I've bought lots of your records, I've come to so many of your shows, I've got loads of t-shirts, I've done all that. I said, thank you very much. So I'm on the speech tonight. Thank you very much. And I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and then I'm looking at him, and then he's looking at me. And then he says, I had my first wank to Westworld. I couldn't believe that somebody could possibly say that to anybody. I think he had his second one to the Ruts. He didn't say that actually, he didn't say that. But he might have. No, he didn't.
You were the first.
I was, yeah, thank you.
You never forget your first one.
So what I'm going to say now is, gentlemen, we're going to do Westworld for you. And ladies. But this particularly applies to the men in the audience. Put your hands in the air. I'm going to see them arms up. And if them arms are down, you too or a Barclays bank. So, anyway, enough of that. We'll play the song, I'll shut up. Sorry about that. The yellow sun is setting into stone. Children are coming out to their homes. I'm freaking and I'm many parade. Out in the wind and I heard it say, "Do you believe in the Westworld? Do you believe in the Westworld?" The sound of the wind in what a cowboy. The sleuth was driving his guns away. Some man kissed his wife when he said goodbye. But that's before the suckers with the bear arrived. The bear had run as the gun was spoiled. And the cowboy turned the gun on himself, saying no one's alive. Do you believe in the Westworld? Do you believe in the Westworld?
Yeah, thank you. I think all of us on this stage, when we started making records, we just felt so lucky to be able to do it. We watched all this stuff, we watched all our idols, and we never really did it to... the punk came along, really, and made us be able to do this stuff, you know. And none of us thought we'd make it. But some of us got on top of the pops, and that was good. I think we all did, actually. We all did. The reason I said that, because I can't remember if Menzies got on it or not, but yeah, so the thing is, can you imagine, that's brilliant, isn't it? That's brilliant. And all of us, if you talk to Menzies about it, but I've got to tell that story now, Dave. We were playing the marquee, and Billy Idol was there, and Menzies was there.
Yeah, we always thought that as well.
We got Billy Idol up, and he was in his drape and everything. And we stood behind him, and I sort of spat at him, and I got the whole audience to cover him in gold. Pretty bad. Menzies got up, and he said, "What should I do?" And we said, "Well, we're going to do If You Think I'm Sexy." You know, and he said, "Oh, okay then." So he got up, and so he actually did that. So
He did it very well too.
So, anyway, we made this record, great cover, arguably one of the finest pieces I've done. It's called Babylon's Burning.
I mentioned how Ali McMorty taught me into recording Dark Places earlier. I've known Ali probably since he was about 18 years old. I think I'm just about a year older than him. So we've known each other basically most of our lives. And he's a wonderful, wonderful human being, and I love him dearly. But but he's got no fucking attention span whatsoever. You've dangled something shiny in front of him, and even if he's driving, he'll go, whoop. So he doesn't pay a huge amount of attention to the world around himself. And we met in Belfast, and we moved to London at the same time, obviously with the band. And then Ali took himself off to New York, which scared the hell out of me at the time. New York was terrifying. So I've always thought of Ali as like a bit of a big town Charlie. He's always lived in these sort of big scary places. And then a couple of years ago, he moved from New York to Norwich. Suddenly Manhattan McMorty becomes Carrot Cruncher Ali. Anyway. So the first time we're playing back in Norwich since Ali has moved back there, and obviously he's made quite a few friends, so he's got new friends in the audience and stuff. And bearing in mind, as I said, he doesn't pay a lot of attention to the world around himself. Our road crew thought it would be hilarious to, when we left the stage at the end of the set, before we came back on for the encore, to swap Ali's microphone for a carrot, which they did. And I swear he basically sang the next two songs into a carrot until he realised we were all fucking laughing at him, and then he was like, bastards! This was one of the songs that Ali cheerfully sang into a car. Thanks a million for coming out tonight. It's been an absolute fucking pleasure.
Hope you enjoyed yourself. The whole season. See you next week. Good night. This has to be a wanker at least once.
Future.